One night, one of the sisters was praying in one of our night visuals. I remember she was always hidden in a little corner praying. I was praying myself at the right side of the altar when all of a sudden, I had a vision. I appeared in heaven and everything was white, like if I was on top of a cloud. Then I heard something like a stampede and all I could see were really tall men. I mean, they were so tall I could only see their feet. I could hear a beautiful, angelic-like female voice from afar. It was as if I was feeling her voice more than hearing it, because in the midst of her singing, I could also hear everyone else. I mean, in this vision, there were giants and they were running towards the songs. I began to feel drawn to it myself, so I started running with them. Then I quickly realized that I wasn't dressed like them. I was wearing earthly clothes, and so I stood out. And of course, I was much smaller compared to them. As I got closer, I could see a really big, beautiful, majestic white throne, and the men were running towards the one who sat on it. I felt an overwhelming warm joy and an extraordinary happiness because the one sitting on this great white beautiful throne was being blessed. Not just I, but everyone that was there felt exactly what I was feeling. I paused and looked, and there were these firebirds that were also like men too, and they flew over this great king really fast like lightning. They flew up and down, left and right, in and out, filled with joy and so happy because he was getting blessed. I counted all the men around the king, and there were 12 to his right and 12 to his left. Some were standing, some were kneeling, and some were seated as if they just wanted to get closer. This great king praised his holy name. I then realized where the angelic voice was coming from, and who this very special person was getting blessed and able to bring so much joy and happiness, not just to the great king, but to the whole assembly in heaven. I can see someone wearing clothes from earth just like mine, and to my surprise, it was the little sister hidden in the corner of my church praying. She was in front of the king. She was singing a song that she would normally sing really softly, while she would pray. As I was standing there, I saw every word, every letter, every syllable she was saying. Her words were coming out of her mouth like very pure golden olive oil, was pouring right from her mouth to the great king's heart. And nobody was worthy of that golden, pure olive oil that poured into the king's heart. It was bringing him so much joy, and only he alone was worthy to receive it. The king opened my understanding, and I saw through her words, letters, and syllables, every time in her real life that she was faithful to God. I saw every time she was obedient to the Lord throughout her life. I was able to see things when she was just a kid, and she chose to obey and be faithful to God. And I saw things in her adolescent years too, like when her mom took her to a person who read palms and she totally rejected her mom because she loved God and felt it wasn't right. I was truly amazed at what I was seeing and learning. I saw each and every time she chose faithfulness and obedience over sinning. I could not see anything she did wrong. I said to myself, she is a saint, a perfect Christian, and rightly so. I realized right there that it didn't matter to God how good you sound, or how talented you are, or who you think you are. The only thing we can bring to God is our sacrifices of being faithful and obedient to His word. For only He is worthy of all our praises when, and only when, they are in faithfulness and obedience to His word.